And there's no obvious signs of it. It's a little weird that if they were exploiting the local population, you'd think there would be some signs of that, like people doing radio chatter saying, "Hey, we have to like go to these places," or "Hey, we need to deploy some troops here," or "Hey, I need somebody to go visit the local village," or something like that, or "Hey, I've got a shipment coming in." But with one success, I'm not finding any evidence of that. So if there is that, it's really on the down low. So maybe those rumors aren't true. Shrug. Um, or maybe I'm just not good enough. So I will have to, bite the bullet. I'm assuming that because I've been roughing it, I haven't yet healed my injury. Because hey, I don't know, I'll sleep in trees and eat random bugs that I find. Wow, this sucks. No, I'll have to sneak back into town and try to find a job there. And that's going to be difficult because if this is a Volante town that owns the entire place, I'm assuming they have it locked up tight where everybody is under contract and are paid in script.
That does seem to be reasonable. Given that, well, actually, no. No, give me a roll. Mind academics.
Okay. Not winning today.
Oh, right, no academics, right?
Nope.
I do like how this group, all three of you, are good at, like, one thing that nobody else is good at. And that when you do come together, you guys are going to be a good group.
No, I have a variety of skills. It's just they're not coming up, and I'm not making rolls.
Right, but I just mean that one of you is exceptionally good at academics, the other one's exceptionally good at something else, and you're good at all these physical things. It's just a part you guys keep getting the wrong roles placed upon you.
Right,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
We're also not hooking up. So yeah, I don't know anything about this place. So if I try to ingratiate myself into the like, I mean, basically, I have to start like working at the station's pretty big, but it's not that big, and I am somewhat distinctive. So, I don't have like low profile. So that's the best part of being a human. Humans get low profile. Humans just are everywhere. Look, it's humans. Who cares?
Yep,
We just assume a human's gonna be here.
Yeah, we're just like, God damn it, it's more humans. Well, they're the cheapest to film.
Second only to robots being considered furniture or something.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I don't know anything about, I mean, I can monitor radio traffic. It's like, I don't know anything you guys are talking about. So I guess I'm just going to have to try and find a job and sneak into it. Blending in with the crowd and keeping my head down are skills I actually have. So.
Well, before you can sneak back in,
yeah.
Day 2 of your survival test. Basically the point where we're talking about now, where you're thinking about going back to the dome to sneak back in.
Mm-hmm.
On your way there, something throws a rock at you.
Okay. I will try and find out who threw a rock at me.
Mind an observation.
Let's see if we can actually make these freaking skill rolls. Hey! I see you, you asshole.
There you go. 2 successes. You see this humanoid, red, furry creature hanging upside down from a tree branch a ways above you. It brings a very, like, if this was a horror movie, creepily long digit up to its mouth and gives you the shh.
I will shh and close up. I will hide.
Alright, well, give me a speed and evasion then. There's your rolls.
Yeah, finally. Law of averages.
Alright. From the ground below you, you can see a convoy of what looks to be trucks heading back towards the dome.
Okay.
The creature, I don't know how to call it a creature. It's a rat eye for you and me. It's red eye.
Okay.
Points down at it,
Mm-hmm.
and then points back off into the distance away from the dome.
Mm-hmm. But you said is the convoy heading away from the dome?
No, the convoy's heading back towards the dome.
Okay. I guess I'll nod. I'll defer to him. I'm really good at watching what other people do. Or it, actually, or them. I don't know. I don't know what gender they are.
It is going to start swinging back. Climb up the tree, grab a series of branches, and then start swinging its way back in the direction that it had pointed.
Okay, I'll follow it.
All right. After a time,
I shouldn't have. We shouldn't have too much difficulty. We're both highly skilled climbers.
right. Well, you also have clinging, don't you?
Right. I mean, he's got brachiating and I've got clinging. So he leaps from tree to tree branch, or sorry, they leap from tree to tree branch. I scurry along the trunks.
All right. And like I said, after a time, you are going to come across what appears to be giant holes. They kind of look like they were. I'm going to use the same word I used at the very start of the session: acid etched into the tree.
Interesting. Okay.
And it is going to climb into one of these holes. And
I'll look around suspiciously and then go inside.
I have to say, if you don't do anything, nothing happens. It's just you'll be out there
Yeah.
alone.
I mean, me and my husband are vigilant, so we always like, well, whatever.
Right.
I'm not helpless, so I'll go inside.
The inside appears to about. Sorry, my tongue. It appears to be a. Oh, sorry. Someone's outside. I'll be right back.
Aha, now the onus falls on us to entertain everyone. And boy, are we bad at it.
So is that performance worth the D in the sheet that I just did to save Vaughn's ass?
I'm honestly just surprised you got out of it all alive at all.
So am I. There was either D in mercy or I actually roleplayed a D8 deceit well.
Yeah, the only card I can think to play there is like I'm more valuable alive somehow. Even if it's just like as meat or something.
Well, it's basically what I did. I'm more valuable alive. I have skills. I'm ruthless. You've seen what I can do. You just happen to outsmart me, so why not use me?
Though it did seem like you tried to start up a fight with 2 ships versus your 1.
Well, that was a move of desperation.
Honestly, I probably would have just tried flying straight into the hangar or something.
That's what I. Well, I wanted to try to get away from those ships, but
Yeah.
outmaneuver them and get into the hangar.
Yeah.
And that side slip was about the only thing I could think of to do to juke the tracking. Didn't work.
Meanwhile, I gotta figure out what my computer wants out of me. Like, what's the meaning of life? I don't know, 42. Portia seems like they're in a decent position now. They could just go to ground forever with that tribe.
She could learn a whole new way of life.
Just become like a literal native or something.
Me, Tarzan, you, and voila.
Just slightly hilarious and horrifying. Spider-type alien swinging through the trees.
Yes, and then he's just throwing shit on everybody on the way. Not literally like monkeys do, more like Peter Parker does. That
Oof.
kind of throwing shit, verbal shit.
Yeah, the webbing.
No, verbal shit. Talking trash.
Portia doesn't seem the type to make a whole lot of puns like that.
And now there's dead air. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not very interesting. I hope he edits this out.
It'd be a little more interesting, a little more sleep.
So what are you planning on doing there, Mdala? Ndala?
I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna try and make friends with the natives. I have no problem with technologically uplifting them. If the refining process I have can be, if we can steal tech and make our own plants, I don't know. I'm gonna play this by ear.
Yeah, the tribe doesn't seem to quite be like the type to have like refineries or anything, but I've literally been imagining you just like going around with the tribes, becoming a native, and
I
I don't
don't.
know, doing
I
some
can't.
guerrilla warfare for
I
fun.
can't see. Yeah, I don't know their situation. They're not obviously being exploited, but they might just be like being I want to say apartheided. They might be being forced out of their
I'm sure they'll be happy to tell
territory.
you if you can understand them, though.
First teach him how to make bronze, then steel, then gunpowder.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, are we all still here?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Alright, as I was saying, the inside of the tree is mostly hollowed. Or I should say, rounded, hollowed out, and like they didn't kill the entire tree sort of way. It appears to be, I would say carved out, but actually give me a mind and observation.
Me?
You are still the focus.
Okay, sorry. Some of that clipped a little bit. Sure. Yeah, one success. So I'd only see like, details that a skilled observer would pick up on.
Well, one success I thought would be a detail that anybody could pick up on.
Right, if they were vigilant.
Right, you see that the inside of the hollow seems to be carved out, but not by any method that you know about, that you would know of.
Using it, yeah, with one success, it's like this used a technique. I don't know what it is. Interesting.
But otherwise, oddly enough, it looks like the inside of a home.
Yeah.
You see normal home devices, I say devices, chairs, a bed, things of that nature. Things you can recognize, though they might not be made of things that you recognize.
Well, I'm assuming it's all pre-industrial materials.
Right.
Hello.
Did I cut off again? Can you hear me?
Maybe.
Okay.
I can hear you now. I just said I would just say sorry. I meant I would probably just wait. Keep my weapons put away and just kind of wave like, "Hello, thank you for inviting me into your home and not murdering me."
Right.
I'm not good. I'm not good with diplomacy.
It is going to. Apparently, there's like a cut into where the floor would be, and it descends a couple of I don't know, 20 feet.
Okay.
Not all at once. There's a couple of floors between, but you can see that it descends like 20 feet to multiple other floors.
Okay.
And you can see it drops down into one of them, and it comes back up with some clothing. I'm gonna call it. Looks like enough to like throw over you, like a drapery of some sort, made of some sort of natural occurring fiber.
Neat. It is a very nice home that you have here. I have no idea if you understand anything that I say, as I speak a patois of various intercultural languages, but don't have cosmopolitan. So, hello, nice people.
It responds with, I make do.
Excellent.
What are you doing?
I gonna say I'm on the run for a crime I actually did commit. No, don't say that.
I'm on the run for a crime I did actually commit.
I'm a fugitive from Volante. I don't work for them, and I heard you don't work for them either.
Its eyes are going to get wide,
Mm-hmm.
and it is going to pull out a small, let me say knife, but it's made of stone.
Okay, yeah. Remember, Flint and Obsidian is hella sharp.
I know. But I mean, in this sci-fi game, I just want to make it clear what it's made of.
Yeah.
And it brandishes it and approaches you in a somewhat menacingly way.
Okay. I will not be hostile.
Alright, it says we gotta get the chip out of your neck.
Oh, no, I don't have one. I'm not actually, because, wait, who did I work for before I worked for Volante? What was my original station?
That was, let's see, Vespasian.
Yeah. No. I'm not. I was never hired by Volante. I'm actually from Vespasia. I don't have a subcutaneous chip.
Subtiteness.
It's a long story, Algester.
It's going to look confused. And it's going to indicate towards a chair.
Okay.
And it says, seems we have time.
Okay. Well, you'll forgive me if I don't sit, but cling to the ceiling in a menacing way of not moving for long periods of time as to not frighten prey away. It makes me more comfortable. But yeah, no, I'll cling to the ceiling, and I will dispose freely to this stranger and tell them all about, yeah, I started this job here. My goal is to raise a family. Guy, a secret, method, but he was killed by his friend. So I killed his friend. I'll tell him the whole story, omitting no details. Would you like a storytelling role?
Sure.
Storytelling is a skill that I have. It's called presence. Motherfucker. Okay, I am going to go ahead and all right, first I'm going to go ahead and tap Malmagnati's Secrets because that's an extra d12 on a presence roll. There we go. That's one success.
I do
And then,
appreciate that the role that always succeeds, apparently, is the Malmagnati Secrets.
but I also want him to believe the sincerity in my truth, so I'll also go ahead and tap my personality, which is determined, which doesn't help, but so fuck me.
You were
But
filled
yeah.
with determination, but you took 17 damage.
There's something about the way I talk.
Okay. Alright, so you tell him the entire story? Do you leave anything out?
Well, I try to tell him as much as possible, but I only roll one success. I'll tell him everything. I have no reason to hide any of this from random autochthone primitive. And also, as I established earlier, my character has become convinced. It's like, I need some help. I mean, I've got team player, and all I know is, and I'm a jock. I need help.
Alright, so by the end of it, he is sitting in his own chair, or on the edge of his bed, with like an elbow on a knee, large, massive fingered fist clutched to his chin, watching you tell the story of how you found yourself in the jungle now. Interesting. And your plan was what now?
Well, that's the point. I'm not really sure I really have a plan. I've got apparently this file here that tells me of a secret refining technique that I don't understand and have no broker to sell to. My best friend is dead. And while I've avenged his murder, I don't have anything of that. And apparently I don't know enough or anyone to sell this to. So I could just go back to work. I have skills, and there's a lot of places in the system, Volante, Vespasian, etc. I'd rather not. I thought, what the heck? I'll come here and find out what's going on here because I have no love for the giant corporations.
Yes. And it seems if you're a wanted criminal, it might not be best to just go back to work.
Well, so what's up with you guys? I heard rumors that you were on a press social class on this planet.
Slaves, you mean?
Um,
Go ahead,
I'll
you can
pause
use
and
it.
think, that's what I heard rumors that you were, but I'm not seeing any evidence that you are. Are you just like, are they, is there a program of genocide or something? Shrug.
No, they take us from here, and they send us there. And he'll, head nod up.
Huh. I didn't actually see anybody on the station, did I? Any of these guys, right? Did I?
No.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shrug and say, well, I was up in the station for several days, and I didn't see
Oh, sorry,
anyone.
sorry. I misinterpreted what you meant. I thought you meant the dome. You didn't see any of them at the dome.
Right, did I see any of them? Yeah, because I had to come down.
Right. When you said station, that's what I thought you meant. You
No, and
weren't.
actually,
You
now that I
weren't.
think about it, we came in on the ship, got into the lee orbit, and then disgorged. So if they send them up, I may not have actually seen where they go up. So I actually should ask him, like, when you mean up, where do you go? I didn't see any of you guys in the, working any of the ships or in the dome station.
No, he'll take his hand off his chin and he'll point up again. He says, "To the moon."
Ugh. Wait, we are on the moon. You mean the planet? I thought you said this was the moon.
He'll squint eyes at you. He's calling the planet the moon because he lives on the moon. So
I suppose by your perspective, they orbit us. Okay, so they take you guys there. Oh man, that must suck. That planet's not habitable. Have to be in in suits like this one all the time.
I know. I was there once.
So how do you keep the mold out of these walls?
It doesn't grow.
Like all I can think of is it must be like a huge mold factory with the humidity.
It doesn't grow. I use a special acidic created by the plants.
That makes sense. So you've not only bored it out using acid, but also varnish. No wonder they want to harvest natural resources here. There's got to be all kinds of good chemicals. Ah.
Right. It's harder for them to find you too.
Also, I could see why you want to keep the plant alive so it wouldn't grow mold, but it might grow lichens. That would be outside, though. Oh, well. Neat. Well, thank you for your hospitality, but no, hey, if you guys want to lead a violent uprising, uh, I'm all with that.
Shakes his head. Never works. They've tried.
Now, the problem is you would need. Yeah, that wouldn't actually work. And also, I can't think of like the Vespasians aren't going to help you. They're just gonna be different exploitation. The only thing you could do is make it like so unprofitable for them to be here. Problem is, I'm thinking to myself, well, we could raise an army of thousands of spider children. I'm not sure how that helps you.
I mean, he has a look that he's caught between not knowing how to take that. Like, are you hitting on me? I don't know what's going on here.
No. No, I don't have an open relationship with my husband. I take my monogamy seriously and my sexual dimorphism. Thank you very much. No, I'm just looking for a place to, raise a family, and since I'm of the warrior caste, a giant army with which to crush my enemies.
How long would that take?
How? I don't think we wrote down the gestation periods. I'm assuming at least 20 years.
I'll probably be dead by then.
Oh. So I'm not hearing no?
Granted, what happens after I'm dead I really don't care about.
All right. It's a deal.
Okay, for the next 20 years. That's what your character does, I guess. We've set up that your character's just gonna get laid for the next 20 years.
Well, more realistically, if we had to break it down into less crass terms.
Well, I mean, you've got a whole enemy mine scenario going on.
Right. What might help out with this better would be to, where is a place that we can put a cache of spider eggs that wouldn't be readily discovered? I mean, if I have to abandon my brood to, fight for itself, well, that's kind of the Rack's way, really. I mean, that could also be one step to my next thing of get a lot of money. I mean, at the very least, we could, leave instructions with them of, hey, good for you. Yeah. Out of the thousands of you that hatched, the dozens of you that survived who find this tape, I'm your mother. Over there is a pile of weapons that we left for you.
I can imagine the rest of the message. I made some bad decisions and I'm on the run from the law, but best of luck trying to figure out what your lot in life is.
Find
no,
my
I'm
Mommy-
also starting a war. See how that went.
Find
Yeah,
my
Mommy-
next tape in a cave somewhere else on this planet.
Plus 10 XP.
Well, I see my indie game that I'm going to develop. You're a random spider that hatches, and your goal is to find all the weapons.
Strange racks on a strange world.
I mean, yeah, that. Well, I gotta be me. I'm the race of spider people who breed crazily and are infesting the universe. That's why
Yeah,
we're one of the common races in the book.
And your health packs are actually smaller children that you eat.
Normally we don't eat spider. We don't normally eat our own children. That's not something that we do.
Oh, you don't eat your siblings?
Not your children that eat you.
Right. And that's not normally all right. I mean, if you're a traditionalist, you let them do that. There, there's people into that sort of thing. Not me.
Yeah, that breed died off.
No, there's still. You always meet the hippie weirdos. It's all anyone could talk about at Thanksgiving. Did you hear about Aunt Charlotte? She insisted on natural childbirthing, so they ate her alive. You want to see the pictures? No, for the last time, no.
Especially not the video.
It's all they post to their Facebook.
They have a video camera set up for each one. So they all have the memories.
Facebook gallery of my 11,000 children.
Rest in peace, Aunt Charlotte.
Rest in peace, Aunt Charlotte. Yeah, no, and also, yeah, since I am of the the usual trick is you're supposed to eat the other females, but unless they're big enough to eat you. But hey.
Again, your problem is you don't have enough other smart people around you.
Yeah, no, I'll just, I mean, if there's anything, hey, I'm willing to help you because I don't trust the Volante or the Vespasian. So if there's anything you need done in terms of hospitality, but failing that, if we could just find some dank, dark cave somewhere, I would be happy to, that's what I'm on about. So if you're cynical about that, leaving behind a nice egg sack somewhere would also be nice for me. To quote one of my favorite lines from Futurama, belligerent and numerous. We're pro-war and pro-family.
Republican.
Yeah, so... So yeah, I guess that would be my short-term goal. Like, does this guy want anything? Like, what do you want? I brought tech stuff, and I'm good with tools.
Tech stuff?
Yeah, I got a laser pistol right here.
What's that good for?
It sets things on fire at a distance.
They can find you with heat.
Well, I'm not using it. I also have tools that are made of metal, so they're not as sharp as your stone stuff, but they're a little more durable.
They'll rust.
Well, some of them are ceramic.
Your selling point was they're made of metal. No, wait, they're ceramic.
Well, no, some of them are ceramic, some of them are metal.
What are the ceramic ones?
Well, my suit has like a D8, like repair bonus. So I'm assuming it's got like a variety of multi-tools. Like this is the bottle opener, this is the screwdriver, this is the Allen wrench.
Okay, so nothing he would be interested in then.
I mean, is there anything you need built?
Assuming that he has no Allen. Assuming he has no screws or cans. The objects that you're describing to him for trade.
Yeah, but I'll also tell him. But I'm also good with tools. I mean, I've got a strong back and a weak mind. So if you need anything fixed or repaired,
yes, the perfect wife.
Well, I did. Oh, I have the perfect husband, so no, I'm not hitting on you. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm good with tools. So, and I'm good at hunting, and I'm no stranger to physical labor. Do you just live here alone, hiding out from the convoys?
Yes.
Okay, so you're basically just some random guy who just watches the convoys and watches the sun set on your great race. Hmm. What sort of like governmental system do you folks have? Are you just a bunch of tribes?
I haven't seen most of my kind in many years.
Hmm.
They took my family. I escaped, and I've kept a watch out on them ever since.
What's your plan? Do you want revenge?
I don't want to die.
Well, yeah, but do you want revenge? No one wants to die.
That's basically it's what I've been working on this whole time, is not to die.
Okay. Well, if you want revenge, I'm down with that.
How?
Well, if you blow up the dome, it would cost them several hundred man hours to rebuild it. During which, if you make it too expensive for them to continue operations here, they'll cancel operations. The Volante are part of a larger organization that is interested only in making personal gain. If it's too costly for them to continue here, they'll give up. So you don't have to defeat all of them, you just have to make it expensive. You have to make them hurt.
Right. But if you attack the dome, you're attacking all of them.
No, you'd think that, but they're not a tribe of military oligarchs. They're capitalists, which means they're cowards. All they care about is the gratification and money rewards. If you hurt them, they run away. They don't come back.
But they have people with weapons.
Well, you have to hurt them so hard that they feel it. Tricky, but not impossible.
They have people with weapons. They come out here. They take us. They take them in the dome. People with weapons are in the dome.
Well, if you got rid of the dome, then they'd leave.
They built the dome.
Yeah, and the dome can be taken apart.
Why wouldn't they just rebuild the dome?
Because as I said, they would have to decide if it's worth their while to do it. If you keep breaking their stuff, eventually they'll give up and stop. It's a question of whether you understand the concept of money. I mean, I can't. It's a little difficult to explain.
No.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not that they're here because they hate you. It's I mean, the Vespa, and also don't sorry, doesn't Volante compete with other intergalactic concerns or interplanetary concerns?
Vespasian is their main, is their primary competition, only in so much that Vespasian used to be part of Volante, and they split off.
Right. Yeah.
And then Volante itself used to be Averlini before the event, and Averlini, the
Right.
Averlini that remains here, is what broke up into Vespasian and Volante.
Yeah, if you make if you make the people that are here as miserable or more miserable than yourself, they'll leave. Because they also don't want to die.
He just seems to be like fiddling with his fingers and I guess only giving you like half attention as you're saying
Yeah,
these things.
that's fine. Also, like if you know of a nice dark cave with a reasonably guardable entrance to put a large, egg sack in, I'm also,
I try to
down
stay
with that.
above ground level. It often floods down there.
Oh, really a high tree would be ideal. I mean, you just put it somewhere that no regular predators are going to find it. I assume that your predators don't come in here, that your door's wide open.
Most predators are smaller. Smaller than I.
Well, I'm also thinking that the long-term discussion with this guy of, so where could we put an egg sack that's least likely to be interfered with would be a longer conversation. But also, I can't stay too much longer, so because I think we're reaching near the end of the session.
All right. Well, we'll fade back off of you for that moment where you just try and figure out where you can hide your future batch.
Hang out with this guy. I'd also like to get I think I need 5 more days before I can actually heal this injury too.
All right. Well, I mean, he doesn't seem to be kicking you out anytime soon, so.
Right. So I'm gonna play it cool.
But I do want to go back to Griff real quick. I'm sorry, J0-11, if you're there.
Yeah, I am, but just the dogs start barking as soon as my turn was gonna come around.
I'm just
But
wondering
go ahead.
if you've ever figured out a answer to that question.
Well, the first thing I'm probably gonna do is just scream back at it. It's what the hell kind of answer would even is gonna satisfy you? I am who I am is probably the next thing I'm probably gonna say.
Alright, give me a roll of mind and endurance.
Okay. So just gonna blomp at me and no additional information?
Well, I mean, we'll find out after you roll that. Okay, so...
There we go.
Soak.
Oh, this might be the first one I actually take a damage on.
1 subdual, which just turns out to be 2 for you, because you're a mutant. You only soaked 1, so it leaves
you said it was 1 to begin with, so it goes up to 2.
That's what I'm saying, because you're a mutant, so it's 2 subdual now.
So I've taken total 1 after soaking the 1.
Right. And I have...
I'm gonna just write 1... What did I write down for that? Just 1 subdual?
No, I just gotta... Just... figure out what subdual damage is again. The effect of 1, I mean... Apparently...
It's taken us a while to get to this point where I actually got hit by it.
There we go, 125. Alright, 1 damage equals... You are knocked down and asleep.
Oh, immediately? Okay.
Yep. Well, if a target suffers a hurt result from subdual damage, they feel faint. They are knocked down and they become asleep.
Yep.
Alright, so I guess I am asleep now.
Yeah, that doesn't last too long.
Nope.
Asleep is basically you fainted.
So you yelled at it 1 last time. It does the loud noise, which causes subdual damage to your mind. That's the result you get. Okay. You're asleep. I just wanted to see if we figured out what happened to you with your final answer, and that was your final answer, apparently.
Yep. I was thinking of going on a long spiel, but without, knowing what it was, it probably just would have been the same thing, too.
Well, I mean, there could have been a right answer. Who knows?
I'm sure there is. It just needs to... I need to figure out what that would be. So I guess I am asleep for a while.
Yep. Alright. I think that's where we're going to call it for today, then.
Okay.
Alright, so... Mottos.
Well, I kind of went against mine because it was normally I say the time for conversation has ended, but I had to tell somebody my story.
Indeed. Also, I mean, knowing what your motto is and knowing that you're acting against it just informs the character.
I mean, mostly notice that when my character does do the reason for that motto is my character is a lot more of the well, I'm just going to shut up and watch, and that's what a lot happens. And also, well, I'm just going to shut up and do something, and that's a lot of what I do. It's like, well, I showed up at the station. Ideally, I should be gossiping with people to find out what the hell's going on, but that's not what I do. I just cut a hole in the pop a window pane and leave. So,
Indeed. J0-11.
You will fear my power and my ability to resist, like, how many was it? Like, 4 different subdual attacks before this final one?
I mean, I would call them attacks.
Right, but it's just, like, overwhelming speaker pressure, really.
Right.
But I did live through it.
That you did.
Till now.
Vittana?
Only the first one is free. And Noxu certainly got his first one on me, so I'll give that to him. Yeah.
Right.
Now I just got to get him to trust me enough that I can get close to him again.
Indeed. Did anybody accomplish any goals?
Well, I don't know if I put together a new crew or not yet.
You
I
have
guess
not.
it depends on the extent of discovery here for me.
What's the exact wording of the goal?
For mine, discover the mystery of Nepha. I did find it.
Finding and discovering. You know, I think you're
I don't
still in the
exactly
middle.
understand it yet, but I found it.
Yeah, I think you're still in the middle of it.
Fair enough.
Anything on your side to Portia?
I don't know if I've qualified for escape custody yet. I mean, if they're still looking for me or not. If you want to think about that, like I said, I could see getting an easy gimme gift for that, like an insider or something, or you can think about it.
You know what? I think, on one hand, I have a very good argument for one way, but I think it's good enough that I will award you a gift for it. I am going to reward you Danger Sense.
Ooh. Okay. That's a good gift, but probably one I will sell back because I am really looking for. I need to get more streetwise or more sociable, but Danger Sense does make sense. Okay, thanks.
You know what? Actually, I'll give you an option. Either Danger Sense or Low Profile.
Low profile, I think, makes a lot more sense.
All right.
Because I've literally spent like 2 weeks trying not to make any waves. Especially after that first day on the job where I screwed everything up. Ah!
You had one good work session, and then everything went to hell. And every other time you've tried to work, it's worked out badly.
Yep.
All right. Any other goal accomplishments from anybody?
Well, you said I have yet to put together a new crew. I was just figuring like the gift I would get for that though would be ally.
Right. You, in fact, lost the only other person that was with you.
Yes.
Boots is still on station, and you're not getting on that station anytime soon. And your pilot seems to be dead, so he tricked you out of some stuff, and now he's dead, so he got his comeuppance. Alright, debrief. Comments, concerns, questions, etc.?
Well, I came into this expecting that we would be all over the place. So I know that would turn some people off, but I'm actually okay with that.
It looks like the impending survival of, Kitana and Portia are kind of at least settled for right now. They're not, like, in direct danger anymore, I think. Meanwhile, I still have to figure out how to get this AI to work for me. I don't have food, I got some amount of air. This'll be interesting.
Alright, I guess if that's all, then 1 XP for the session, 1 XP for debrief.
Okay.
Hey!
I got some stuff I need to take care of. Thanks for having me.
1 XP for Motto.
So I said 1 XP for the session, 1 XP for the debrief.
Yep. Outer space adventure with weirdo aliens and stuff, always fun.
Thank you for running.
Alright, till next Space Weirdo session.